Everybody, welcome to the live. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So, if you are familiar with our live stream, you already know what we got going on for the night. So, and if you're not familiar with it, we're going to be working on the third song on the See Dime Go album. So we're going to wait for YouTube to do its thing, slowly but surely. And we are going to, like I said, we're going to have a real good time. Super pleased, super grateful. All right, let's go.
Encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gazoos. Clip them like leaks at activated encouragement. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gazoos. Clip them like leaks at the grassroots. They bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under beige suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade route. The most high is absolute, there's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There red go again in the bubble goose. Dime dialectic debris, born freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make a truce. Love he wanted to go, so we cut it loose. No use. Living in denial, it's best to face the truth, even when it's hard to deduce. Activated encouragement, 20% activated encouragement. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm making no excuse. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse. Artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gazoos. Clip them like leaks at the activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector activated encouragement. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gazoos. Clip them like leaks at the grassroots. They bit a bad fruit, getting activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Activated encouragement. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Like leaks at the grassroots. Bit of bad fruit, getting crushed under beige suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade route. Most high is absolute, there's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm
RKG, what's up, man? Welcome to the live.
No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gas suits. Clip them like leaks set the grass roots. They bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under base suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade route. The most high is absolute, there's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There go again in the bubble goose. Dialect degree, born freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make it true. Love me wanted to go, so we cut and lose. No dude, living in the knowledge, that's the face of truth. Even when it's hard to do, time to recruit, aim then shoot. Stay in pursuit, I'm the king of the whack MC. Crawl if you please, guarantee they fall at their knees. I'm the king of the whack MC. Don't get lost in the breeze, guarantee they fall at their knees. She got willikers, growing in simple birds. Tree fall in the wild, underwater wasn't heard. On the void for a madman, point of no return. Boston firm, British tag.
Let's get all of that out of here. Let's get all this out of here.
People going underserved, bad decisions, whacking seeds all up on the curve. Red 85 bird, highly preferred, word for word, just observed, well versed in the kid that be absurd. Dime in the booth, sad at the table, see them turn. Who wants something for nothing? The man who's scared to learn. Some things in life is just hard to discern. But even a kindergartner knows it's violation if you don't wait your turn. Bridges burn, lessons learned, energy return. Wisdom get
So now we got that cleaned up. So now let's go to the devices and let's get these mix channels in here, just like this. Let's go control room, and then we're gonna go master room. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. I like that, like that. So let's go to the tab. Let's put this here. Let's put this here. Let's put this right there. And let's put this here.
whack seas running in the glass loop. Break gas loop. Flip 'em like leaks at the grass root.
Put this here.
Getting crushed under base suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade route. The most high is absolute. There's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There go again in the bubble goose. Dime dialect degree, born freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make it true. Love me wanted to go, so we cut it loose. No use, living in the knowledge, best to face the truth. Even when it's hard to deduce, time to regroup, aim then shoot. Stay in pursuit, I'm the king of
I got an email from him. I hadn't had a chance to check it, but we have a 2-week window. We calling it Day X. So started Friday, so we got the next Saturday, and then the Saturday after that. So I have some ideas that I'm gonna work on, and he sent me something, and I like to think of like an artist, not a critic. So I have no criticisms for it, but it seemed like I was being baited. Let's put it like that. But we're still going to participate. And when I talked to my pops about it, it's like, you got time to really be distracted with a beat battle? Like, I've never gone into anybody's live stream and been like, yeah, I think I'm better than you at making beats, let's battle. So it's slightly new to me, just to say the least. But I guess it's kind of weird, actually, like when I think about it. It's like when guys come in here and they're like, you should do it like this. And I get it. Like, I think feedback is important, and I'm open to feedback, but I've never just walked into somebody else's session and been like, you should do it this way. If anything, I observe what they do and let them do what they do. It's like, but I guess that's just a personality thing. Certain personalities, they feel it's like their duty to, like, you should do it the way I do it. You even if it's, say, in a position of correction, but
in my mind, that comes with a certain level of like relationship. I don't go out of my way to correct like people that I have no real history with, and it's not really clear if my intention matches the impact of me offering them a correction. Alright. Yeah, man. It's the internet for you, though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the output for a music bus.
Who wants something for nothing? The man who's scared to learn. Some things in life is just hard to discern. But even a kindergartner knows it's a violation if you don't wait your turn. Bridges burn, lessons learned, energy return. Wisdom get confirmed from pages that we turn. Stack your wealth, protect your health, be kind to yourself. Knowledge gets dealt and we moving in stealth. Don the king of the whack MC. Crawl if you please. Guarantee they fall at their knees. Dom the king of the whack MCs. Don't get lost in the breeze. Guarantee they fall at their knees.
Word.
21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse. Artistic abstract truths. No Sujio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gas suits. Clip them like leaks.
Could you just say if I was operating from a, just say a super like emotional perspective, it's like
the most high is absolute. There's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness. He became mute.
It's like, man, like, do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I tell somebody else unless they asked me? Now that's a totally different scenario. Like if I was up here, hey guys, you come into the chat. If you make music, because you know YouTube typically kind of sends out certain content to, I won't say the most likely people who will view it, but you get a lot of producers who watch other producers, which is like, I didn't ever really want to build an audience specifically around guys who produce, but they spend way more time watching other people. Because like I learned, of course, like vicarious, we learn from seeing other people do things, but I didn't learn what I know about what I'm doing from like sitting up watching other producers for hours on end. It's like I look at it like weightlifting or exercising. Like today, like on my step count, we had 21,000. So I could watch people get steps all day, but that's never gonna replace me going out into the world and walking or running or sprinting or whatever it is to get the steps. So I think it's kind of counterintuitive because, you know, producers, rappers, it's a fascinating like mindset. But then YouTube, you add that component into it, and you know, you get those, like I say, you get those guys who will come into a session, and like if you thought about it, like in the real world, like if you go into somebody else's like gym, you need to do the workout like this. It's like it's not even your gym, player. So it's like in a studio environment. Well, even if you say you were invited into the studio, I've never been invited into a studio that a session I wasn't operating and started pushing buttons, and it's like you try to make a beat. Now sometimes like you have artists who'll come through and they'll hit the keyboard, and you know that comes with it, but it's just like somebody's job is to run that session, and you get into that session, and like, so I just come into your session and I'm gonna start telling you how to do your session, and it's like in my mind, like, go do your own session, man. Like, go do your own session. Like if that's, but they don't do that. They kind of like lurk and And so, like, to tie that into the beat battle, like, I think the producer has some talent. I really didn't get too much into, like, their sound. So, yeah, man. It kind of throws me for a loop, this whole YouTube thing. Like I've been on YouTube for a while, but kind of going live, and it's not just going live, because it's like in life, period. Like anytime we're dealing with people or we're interacting with people, you kind of open yourself up to the variety of dynamic personalities that exist. Man, this song made the album, but it's really not doing it for me at all. Nothing about it. And I like the verse. I like the lyrics, but the beat's a little I guess I like it. But like I said, when it comes to like creativity and creation, I really don't play critic. I just create it. And then after the fact, I have to kind of like confront and face like, all right, well, do I like this? Because I'm talking in the verse. The verse, I'm talking to him, but I think the beat is just, the beat don't do it for me. But I'm not going to rework it. We're going to leave it as is. Stay in pursuit, Don the king of the whack MC. Crawl if you please. Guarantee they fall at their knees. Don the king of the whack MC. I don't know if it's the drums or what it is. Guarantee they fall at their knees. Because the sample selection is not that crazy. Tree fall in the wild. Underwater wasn't heard. On the void for a madman. Point of no return. Boston firm. British tax system. Pay as you earn. Concern the earth's curve. People going underserved. Bad decisions. Whack 'em seas all up on the curve. Red 85 bird. Highly preferred. They say, no doubt you crush whenever needed and humble the challenges. Yeah, man. A lot of times at this point, I just let my guard do that, because it's like at this point, I'm talking about like dealing with like real crazy people, man. Like there really is no like this world at this point in time. Let's just say this, like as men, we just can't just force my way through life like maybe the way let's just put it like this. I would say once upon a time as men we could function like that on planet Earth. You know, take what's yours, take what you want, move how you want to move. And now it's like we have to be like master negotiators, because you just can't just grip somebody by the throat and, you know, give them that correction that they clearly need. You know, because there's just too much on the line to lose, to, you know, basically kind of like operate from like a true position of strength. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There go again in the bubble goose. Because I'm sure you know, because you've been on Earth, now people they'll fuck with you for no reason, and you'll think it's no reason, and like there's always a reason, but you can never really put your finger on. At least I can't. You know, just saying, just kind of live a peaceful life, live a quiet life, mind your business, but for whatever reason, you know, you got people out here who that's not enough. And when they see that you kind of have that peace and they don't have it and they can't fit, so not that they should admire you for it, it doesn't activate that in them, and it just creates a real strange dynamic that I can say, man, it's never a surprising moment dealing with people, say the least. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's really what they're looking for. They want that type of correction. But doing that, you say, okay, well it's off the principle. Is it worth it? And to some people, like, yeah, it's worth it, like to go sit in the county jail because you basically assaulted and battered somebody who provokes you. You know, and see, that's the game. Like, I look at that, that's how the enemy plays. He'll provoke you and constantly just kind of like my people would say, like, I got a song, I say, you keep on picking, you gonna get what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like, people keep picking with you, keep picking, just pick with you, and it's like, man, how much refinement, how much discipline does it take as a man who can move off force? Like, you can literally move off force and have things your way, but you gotta kind of realize there's too much to lose to let. It's how I look at, like, in the springtime with, like, the small birds. Even though in that instance, sometimes the hawks and the birds of prey, they are trying to say hunt their eggs in their nest and hunt their chicks. So there's a justification when the smaller birds are, like, essentially picking with the bigger birds. But it's like, when not to call yourself, say, like, predators, but like when you're apex out here, people who aren't even the same caliber, they feel comfortable because when you really can do damage, when you really, and everybody knows in an environment or in a circumstance that you could really do the most damage, and if you just drop a pin, it's like a massive explosion to, like, really petty, like, nonsense. Man, it's one of those, like I said, it's one of those life challenges where I look at it as an opportunity, instead of giving them, like I said, giving them that correction, gripping that windpipe, squeezing, you know, let the Lord, you know, pray for them. Because otherwise, man, like I said, there's too much on the line, and it's actually something to say to refine. You know, I like to simplify it, like to stay on purpose, and like my purpose is to keep my affairs in order and know myself. That's it. That's my last mission for my grandfather, and it landed today. Really, you know what I'm saying? Know yourself and get your affairs in order, and that's all I'm on. Like, everything else. And anybody else that's not, say, participating in moving towards that, like, that purpose, just has to be completely, like, noise canceled out, and basically just has to be gray rocked, because otherwise the enemy presents these challenging moments to have us lose our composure, and then once we lose our composure, it gets to be like, see what they did? See what we got to do? And then you got to pick up all the pieces. And there's not no time to be picking up pieces over peons, really, out here in this world. I know you know what I'm talking about, man. Like, I don't know you like that, but I can understand for some of our conversations and for some of the things that you share, you've been through some stuff. But you said that's why I'm hyped on all the rhymes and protection you bring, fam. My next toolbox for the next chapter, that's what it do. Yeah, fam, my passport game is retired. I said that long ago, no doubt. Yeah, man. You know, I think we shared some of that in common. Like, I think you know the Lord, the Creator. You know, He the truth. You know what I'm saying? But it's like to be in that position and condition to basically mirror that into this world. And you know, we got a lot of enemies out here, man. And you would think that they're not even like, when you have an enemy that's not even, they're so dangerous. This is such a dangerous type of enemy. They're so dangerous because they're not even on the same caliber. So the tactics that you will use to say, like, a fair fight, they'll do anything, and they'll never play by this. You think you playing by a certain set of rules, or you're engaging in certain type of rules, but they don't respect that. They don't even, like, I have a thought, like, I can't be disrespected by somebody who don't respect themselves. You say you don't carry yourself with respect, you don't carry yourself with composure, you're not even a candidate to disrespect me. So I have to move accordingly. And it seems like there's a lot more people like that now emerging than before. It's just super strange. And you know, the timing is, but that's why I say it's like one of those opportunities to trust the Lord and stay on purpose. Like this activity right here, like this is on purpose. Like this really aligns to, like I say, getting my affairs in order. Once I get them in order, I gotta keep them in order. And like I say, knowing myself, which no amount of business success, you know, you got people who are super successful in business, they have super business success, but they never get those parts. They don't know themselves, and their affairs not in order. Like it's like, so you're like, great, like I'm a super successful businessman or super successful family man, and I don't know myself. And it's like I said, getting the affairs in order is only part of the play, because now once you get them in order, you got to keep them in order. And then you got the peons of the world that want to do whatever they can to provoke you. Provoke. And just not falling, not allowing those moments of being provoked to basically trick you out of, you know, your destiny. Because that's what the goal is. Like I said, they're not even on the same caliber. And I noticed that a lot on the internet and in my life off the internet. But we're gonna, like I said, take it as an opportunity, because like, how was it? Like I was listening to something today, and it's like fear is like the opposite of faith. So it's like on that continuum, on one end of it you got the fear, but as men we have to convert that fear into faith so we can move boldly. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it's impossible to move boldly, and like you can be scared and have fear, but it's that faith that converts that fear. Especially when you know you got an enemy trying to line you. However they're trying to line you up, and without question they're trying to line you up, and a lot of times they don't even know why they're trying to line you up. They don't even know why. Encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truths. No Suji track suits. And what I've come to realize is a lot of times it's people who don't have no purpose, specifically with men. They don't even know how to articulate their purpose, and they see you on yours, or they see and they want that, but they can't, for whatever reason they can't get it. And it's like, it's actually pitiful. Not that we pity them, but it's like that's a pitiful state to be in. When you can best believe that they know that. They know that. But they just don't know how to just be like, man, how do you have that? How do you have that calmness? And my life is just filled with angst. How do you find that? I think, how you call it, like an island of peace. How do you get to have an island of peace and I'm tormented? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they got to see it every day. They got to see it at work every day, or in passing, or under the same roof, however it plays out. Some things in life is just hard to discern, but even a kindergartner knows it's a violation if you don't wait your turn. Bridges burn. Like I said, they and I don't even like cussing, you know what I'm saying, but be fucking with me, you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even need to get my lick back. Nah, yeah, cause I got a destination, I got somewhere I gotta get to. that cannot afford to get caught up within the foolishness and basically, like I say, the crazy of other people. And this is something, like I said, on this channel, like even though we do music and like personal development, it's like I don't believe I can help anybody. I can't help myself. My pop always be like, I don't even want to hear you talk like that. But it's like, I really believe that. Like, but I do recognize that there's a gap on the internet of a lot of young men, you know, being fed like foolishness from men who, not to say that, because like if you on planet Earth, you had to been gone through something, but it's like just going through something and living doesn't mean like you get the lessons from it or the lesson didn't land. And I think a lot of guys, like every man that's been on Earth, we've all kind of had I won't say the same experiences, but facing like those challenges of manhood and what that looks like. Man, these young dudes, man, and these guys is in their mid-30s, early 40s. It's like, man, I don't even understand. It can only be through the grace of God you've been able to endure and live to this, because the way you moving and grooving out here, you operating at a real character deficiency, you know. And like all of us as men, we got our character flaws, but it's like some of us don't allow our character flaws to be the end of us, because they can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you said? Yeah, man. Like I said, we're gonna keep what they say, but what the old timers say, you know, keep your eyes on the prize, keep looking down range. You know what I'm saying? And all distractions, just gotta filter them out. We gotta just, and that's where the discipline comes in. That's why I was surprised, like, to articulate it. Like I say, like being on my purpose. I've been on my purpose my whole life. Or let's say just being thorough. And in the pursuit of being thorough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's been important for a long time. But then you have certain setbacks and things of that nature that basically just come to steal your joy. And like, every day there's like opportunity to like really see that joy. While meanwhile, while the rest of the world is like sleep to whatever that joy is. And you know we know what they say though, the misery love company, man. But it's like, man, I can't afford to match crazy for crazy, online or offline. I can't do that, man. That had me all the way messed up. What you say? Right, only through the grace of God. Yeah, man. Life is just hard to discern, but even a kindergartner knows it's a violation if you don't wait your turn. Bridges burn, lessons like that lyric right there. Like even a kindergartner knows it's a violation if you don't wait your turn. People try to, and like I said, because we live in a time period where, like I said, we just can't give them that trachea therapy, that correct what, or like how we like to call it, like a corrective emotional behavioral experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like they in desperate need of that, but they just those of us who are in a position and condition to give those corrections, the consequences are the penalties are so stiff, and it's not really our job to correct these guys. and then you throw in the alternative communities and the radicals and all of that, man. Man.
They bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under beige suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade routes. The most
Taliban, not talisman, right?
Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There red go again in the bubble goose. Dime dialectic, debris born freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make a truce. Love he wanted to go, so
yeah,
he
man.
cut loose. No use. Living in denial is best to face the truth, even when it's hard to deduce. Time to regroup, aim then shoot. Stay in pursuit, Don the king of the whack MC. Crawl if you please. Guarantee they fall a day.
So like I said, you have experiences that, like I say, all life is real, right? But then there's those experiences on life that what's real is real, like it's life or death. And a lot of men, they don't, I don't know how they've lived, and you know, like I said, I can't say the lyric right now, cause it doesn't come to mind, but it's like, it's basically like a lyric where I say, like, being a man is hard, but I get it, like these people they give up on manhood. Like, I just don't understand those type of, I don't understand that community. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you operate from a position of strength, it's like a victim mentality in a sense where, especially like if you like want to be like an advocate or ally to like marginalized people, when you know somebody is marginalized and you know they're like weak and they haven't been through like a crucible of life, even though I don't know, like I don't understand how, I just think it doesn't sink in for them. It's like, man, you playing a dangerous game, and that's why I say I can't afford to. Basically, I got too much on the line to let. And this is where it gets, where like I pray God, like I say, don't humble me, because the Lord will exalt us and humble us at the same time. Like when He tells us that we're gods, but then we're gonna have to die like men. He exalts us and humbles at the same time. So we made in the image of God. I wasn't made in the image of a toaster. You wasn't made and created in the image of the toaster. These individuals that we're talking about weren't created in the image of golf carts. They's made in the image of the one true God. But we all gotta die like men, and we gotta die like princes. But they don't accept that honor, and it torments them. They got a lot of shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something, I think there's something to be said about that knowing yourself part and having gone through things that kind of makes you confront your shame, things that you're ashamed of or regrets. You confront them and you navigate with them, and you don't let them rule you and define you, because when you ruled and defined by things you're ashamed of, you're never able to live life like wholly, or what I like to call like a whole person. So there's always those voids, and the people who have those voids the most, that enemy in them, they hate when they see people like a whole, like, how do you got it all together? I can't figure out how to hold it together out here. How do you do it? And then rather than want to basically like submit themselves to the grace of God, they rather take the other side of the enemy. They take his side, and when they do that, they just, it's impossible to reconcile the two. It's just like how you like, you know, I don't like cussing, but I was talking with my pops, and we were like, in the world of niggas, right? Like, I don't really like that. I didn't grow up using nigga like that in my vocabulary, but it's like, is it worse to be a bitch ass nigga, a sorry ass nigga, or a broke ass nigga? And we went through like this treaty of like all of the varieties of it, and it's like, man, these, I think the terminology is less potent as the character flaws that are associated with those terms. And like some of them could be corrected. Like if you messing the money up, like those are character flaws that could be like corrected. You can learn how to manage money. You can learn to save. You know, things like that. So where it's like you don't always have to be a broke ass nigga forever if you don't want to be. Like you can correct that character flaw. Man, there's character flaws out here, man. And clearly, like we have life history that shows, man, those character flaws are the end of us. And I think that's part of the test of us as men. That's part of the test of manhood, is to live a life and get to a point where our character flaws aren't the end of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not, that's not important to everybody, because they haven't had what, like I said, those emotional corrective behavioral experiences that make them confront their character flaws. And a lot of times I think it's like because it's ironic, right? I detest weakness, but I understand, like, especially like with our God doesn't respect my strength. He respects my weakness. So if I bring my weakness to my God, he's going to return me his strength. If I try to bring my strength to him, he going to crush me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but see, on man's terrain, weak men, like, it just, that's a real pet peeve of mine. And then my people still tell me, like, anytime you have an extreme reaction to something in somebody else, it's an indicator of a character flaw in yourself. So I detest weakness. Like, I appreciate strength. I don't worship it. It's not idolatry of strength, but it's just like weak ass behaviors, and man, that I don't like that. Man, yeah, man, we working on some of those, man. We got some stuff. We definitely got some books in the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Working on that. That memoir from my experience with the health crisis. But I kind of put that on the back. I kind of put that on the back burner. And see, that's another thing that kind of came tonight. Like I said, I generally get a lot of, we call it step counts. So I go out there and, like, that's my cardio of kind of like healing. Even though they told me like 3 months to live, God knocked that out for me. I've been here 2 years, but it was like, can't even walk 10 feet, can't even walk down the block, man, without having that sensation. But it's like, we gotta go all out, man. Like I said, let's say, like I said, even my legs start working to get there. I'm a bear crawl, man. We gonna get there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, well, if my heart explodes, well, it's gonna explode while I'm getting after it. I'm gonna put out. What else can I do? Because it force you to be weak. But you got to fight for your life. So when you fighting for your life, ain't no time to be caught up with these people who got all this foolishness going on, as my granddad would call it. Foolishness. You don't hear that word enough in 2026. Whole bunch of foolishness and mess going on. I no time for that.
Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There go again in the bubble goose. Dime dialectic, debris born freeway.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, and that's
injury, it's hard to make a truth.
like getting organized.
So we cut loose. No use. Living in denial is best to face the truth, even when it's hard to do.
That's what these lies are really about.
Aim then shoot. Stay in pursuit. Don the king of the whack.
Transformation.
Crawl if you please.
Growth.
They fall at their knees. Don the king of
getting organized.
Don't get lost in the breeze.
Man.
Guarantee they fall at their knees. J. Golly Willikers, growing increase simple words. Tree fall in the wild, underwater wasn't heard. On a voyage for a madman, point of no return. Boston firm, British tax system, pay as you earn. Concern the earth curve, people going underserved, bad decisions.
That's what they call it, you know what I'm saying? Voyage for a madman. That's what we on. See, these entities and individuals we discussing, they don't get it. They don't get that. Like the man who's scared to learn, he don't get that. He's on a voyage amongst madmen. And some of us are really playing for keeps. And it's that serious. But at the same time, it's that serious, they can't let them take you out the game. Because that's what they're trying to do. They want you out the game. As long as you're in the game, it just reminds them of how far off they've gone. Rather than be inspired and rather than be like encouraged to do more. That's why they lie, they scheme, they cheat, they do all types of things. And then you want to move righteously amongst devils. It's not to question God, but it's like, why, Lord? How long? You know what I'm saying? How long we gonna watch? And that's what's so crazy about it. This has been going on for thousands, if the timing is real, thousands of years, thousands. I mean, I can't even begin to call it how long it's been going on. Like, I don't really have like a bleeding heart, but like we really live in a world where the bus stop bench, they got a spot for everybody. People sleeping outside tonight, man. I call them the people of the night. Like, that's the world we live in. And you be like, well, man, damn, that's on them. They made those choices. Yeah, but it's like, we really live in a world where those are the stakes. Those are the stakes. And out here playing games. People got, it's like, oh, you just on YouTube and we got all the time in the world, man. We doing the impossible. There ain't enough time. Just with our organization allots us the time to like do this. But it's like, man, you kidding? It's like how I see like the comments, like when people come here talking crazy, like, you really don't realize that, and it's, you become their distraction. So I'm gonna hate on you, or I'm gonna pick with you, or I'm going to go out of my way to be difficult, to not operate. It's like some of the things you share with me, like you've been in real like conflict. Why would you go out of your way making a conflict and it don't gotta be one? When it could really be like that. It could really be a conflict. So why would I go out of my way to make things uncomfortable rather than just kind of mind the business that pays us, as we like to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, mind the business that pays you. No, I'm gonna fuck with you. Alright, get what you're looking for. And then we live in a time where you give them what they looking for and you crush them. They got a place for that. They got a place for you. And who at our big old age can afford to go sit down for 15 years, 25 years, because let a peon trick you out of reality? This type of stuff I be thinking about, man. And not only is it what I think about, it's what I live. Like, it's crazy to me.
Who wants something for nothing? The man who's scared to learn. Some things in life is just hard to discern. But even a kindergartner knows it's a violation if you don't wait your turn.
It's like we live in a world now where the most dangerous people, they're not dangerous for the right reasons. They're dangerous because they move out of righteousness. And not out, they don't move out of righteousness, but they're outside of righteousness. That's what makes them so dangerous and deceptive and sneaky. Like, you a punk. That's like what my pops and my uncles would have called him. You a punk. For real. You a punk. Not even the same caliber. What? At this point, like I said, it's a lesson to ask God, like, God, what am I supposed to learn from this? What do you want me to learn about my character flaws from interacting with others who are demonstrating their character flaws? And I think that that's the growth. I think that's where it kind of turns into an opportunity to really learn about yourself. Because when the world is chaotic, when the environment is chaotic, when certain decisions call for chaos, being able to stay calm. I really don't even, my words fail me to like accurately articulate how important and how powerful that becomes. And that plays out on YouTube. Like I said, it plays out in neighborhoods and communities. But even a kindergartner knows it's violation if you don't wait your turn. Neighbors. Like, I would like to get along with everybody, but I don't get along with my neighbors. My neighbors don't get along with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just. And from my perspective, I'm called to love my neighbor. So I love my neighbors. But we don't get along. We don't see eye to eye. And I know how dangerous it could get every time. Every time I know how potentially life-changing and life-shattering, all it takes is a moment. As I told you, like, give them that correction that they looking for. It's like, man, just live your life, man. I'm living mine. Me and mine, we living ours. Like, leave us alone. People get a hyper fixation with you, and it's like, man, it's just weird. Reborn freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make a truce. Love he wanted to go, so we cut it loose. No use. Living in denial is best to face the truth. Even when it's sometimes I be thinking my ex-wife be watching watching my lives and listening to my lyrics. And I be wondering, does she know that lyrics about her? Don't get lost in the breed. Guarantee they fall if they need. G. Golly Willikers, growing increase simple words. Tree fall in the wild, underwater wasn't heard. On a void for a madman, point of no return. Boston firm, British tax system, pay as you earn. Concern the earth's curve, people going underserved. Bad decisions, whack 'em C's all up on the curve. Red 85 bird, highly preferred. I say personal, property wise. Diamond the booth.
It's really not anything that I'm concerned about. So it's like I said, like I kind of told you, like I kind of alleged to. My neighbors are of what I call a radical alternative lifestyle. That so like I believe in the Lord. Like I'm called to love everybody. I'm not. We will judge the saints, but I'm not down on earth to like judge people for what they do. But like I said, I think a lot of times like we represent archetypes, right? My archetype in the world is like under attack by like what I would call like marginalized victim. Like I've never really been a victim in my life. I've always been on the, like, not to say like I'm a predator, but like I've never felt like marginalized. Let's just put it like that. So people who feel marginalized, then they view those of us who aren't marginalized as the source of their victimhood. So how I say, like, I'm trying to be YouTube guideline friendly, right? Because you know they listening to YouTube. YouTube got the bots, but let's just say the girly men of the world, they see strong men and they hate us. I don't, in a way that I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually are like very subservient, but you get the ones that kind of they push back, and so like you know like how men we're delicate with women. I'm not gonna be delicate with a man who has that radical alternative like perspective. I'm not gonna be delicate. It's not. I don't know how to do that. But like I said, like it's those type of tensions. And like I said, like you can call me a failed family man, but like it's like family friendly, traditional family. Like those are like my principles. Man, I got a instant loser for like a year and a half. You know, so I've been in this house now about 2.5 years. So they moved in next door maybe about like a year and a half ago, 15 months. So, let's just say the least. They keep fucking with me because they know if I lose it, that yeah, see, you know, I've always, and I don't really play the race game. Like I was born free, but it's like the big black guy did it. Like yeah, nah, like just leave me alone. But they just can't help not fuck with you. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade routes. The most high is absolute, there's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There red go again in the bubble goose. Dime dialectic debris, born freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make a truce. Love he wanted to go, so we cut it loose. No real inappropriate too. I'm not, like I said, YouTube guidelines. Generally speaking, we have a family-friendly platform, but some of the, like I say, some of the challenges that I couldn't even imagine in my wildest bingo card. But they call it not safe for work. It's like, man, it's crazy. So we're gonna stay disciplined, Lord willing. I tell you, that's what the enemy wants. He wants us to snap and crush their windpipe, which wouldn't be difficult at all. So,
Guarantee they fall at their knees.
but
I'm
no,
the
man.
king of the whack MCs. Don't get lost in the breed.
Let's
Guarantee they
pray
fall
for
at
him.
their knees.
Pray for him, man. And we gotta pray for one another, because that's something else I was realizing. Like, I come from a prayerful lineage, but the more and more they pass, the least amount of people you got praying for you. Like, I'm not gonna come in here Bible thumping, because like I said, I persecute Bible thumpers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to convert nobody at all.
Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There, rare, go again in the bubble goo. Dime dialectic, debris, born freeway off the news.
But having a strong prayer life, like I said, we talked about that earlier, detesting weakness. Have a weak prayer life, man. It's like, man, gotta get that, you gotta tighten that up.
Guarantee they fall at their knees. I'm the king of the whack MCs. Don't get lost in the breed. Guarantee they fall at their knees. G golly willikers, grow and increase simple words. Tree fall in the wild, underwater wasn't heard. On a voyage for a madman.
That's why these type of activities, like, one is not necessarily an income generating activity. I call them those IGs, IGAs, income generating activities. But this is one of those activities that kind of allows us to, like, self-regulate.
Who wants something for nothing? The man who's scared to learn. Some things in life is just hard to discern. But even a kindergartner knows it's violation if you don't wait your turn. Bridges burn, lessons
Kind of
learned,
get that out.
return.
For some guys that's, working out. Some guys that's going to the range. Some guys that's family life. Like, there's all different type of ways. Like I would say, healthy ways to kind of get some of that reckless, destructive energy out. I think as men, we need to have those outlets. For me, like I said, I put in this razor tool. Like, I'm destroying this dog. I'm destroying it, and I don't know why. That's, like I've said, like, I question, like, why, Lord, like, why do I have that type of personality that I like breaking stuff? Not like stuff in my environment, but like deconstructing things and breaking it down to the last compound. Yeah, man.
Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade routes. The most high is absolute. There's no
which plays into that knowing myself. I just heard something I didn't like, though.
They bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under base. They bit a bad fruit. They bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under base. Sway boots. Meaningless to chase the wind. Bad fruit, getting crushed under base.
We'll get it with a crossfade. Of course, this is being the first pass, and I haven't saved this once yet. So let's do that, because this joker was shut down. And said neighbors are like scratch off. Instant winners or losers, yeah, man. And I got the biggest loser. One of them. Certain type of men just don't play by the same, like, rule book, and I cannot understand that rule book. But like I say, bless their heart. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's hard to be a man. It is hard to be a man, but I've never thought it was so hard to be a man that it was like, you know what? It's so hard to be a man. I'm going to act as far away from being a man as possible. Not being willing to open and listen and have different perspective, but just kind of in that, like I said, that radical type sense of, you don't want to go that far, like. And I know as men, we do some jacked up stuff. I get it. We gotta live with that. But it's like, come on, man. Really? It's like the type of men that have like main character syndrome. It's like, bro, like we all got to be the heroes in our own stories to ours. Like me and mine, I'm a hero to me and mine. You and yours, you were the hero. But it's like, I don't want to be the hero in another man's story. Like, that's weird to me. Like, it's, it's and that's the kind of those are the type of like challenges. Like I say, like I said, like in this neighbor situation. Like I said, man, people have the right to live how they want to live. They have a right to love who they want to love and all that. But it's like, man, yeah. It's like I don't know. Some of the guys have ever experienced like a scorned woman who knows that she's like not. She just knows that she's no good for you. And instead of that, it's like some ladies, what that would do, they'll know to let me just leave that guy alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm no good for him. You know, we tried, it didn't work out. I'm just gonna leave him alone. And then you got the ones that will be like, okay, we tried, it didn't work, and so now I'm gonna put cases on you. Now I'm going to turn your children against you, or I'm gonna attempt to, or I'm gonna put cases on you and turn your children against you and weaponize that. And I like we kind of mentioned earlier, like dealing with women, like you deal with them delicately. And so I understand that. But then you got like men on earth who kind of like have that type of psychology. I'm like, how does your neurochemistry even function like that to where I just can't even, like I said, I lose the words for it, especially trying to keep it, like I said, YouTube family friendly. I lose the words.
Going freeway off the news after narcissistic injury, it's hard to make a truth.
That's what I'm talking about, like that, like that. You give them a narcissistic injury, and they can never let it go. You made me feel lesser than. I'm like, you a grown ass man. Why are you feeling lesser than? Who made you feel lesser than? That's a you issue. Not a me issue. That's a you issue. It's like I can bench press 250 pounds. You can't. Nah, I feel lesser than. Like what? I just don't get it. I don't get it at all, man. That's why it's so dangerous. That as like men, like I was talking to Pops about it, like right now, there's that man who's getting that call, like yeah, he about to get his first divorce. And now he about to be on YouTube listening to these radical communities. They're not gonna help him. They're gonna give him a whole bunch of bad advice. You got the young brothers out here listening to him. Like I'm all for like collaboration and whatnot, but you really got young men out here in turmoil. Do I pay to take a woman out on a date or not? I can't ever like what? Or can she take me out on a date? That's like, brother. What are y'all thinking? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think this is? Like I can tell you, we just live in strange times, man. And that world that we come from, we had to kiss it goodbye. And it's hard. It's hard to kiss that world goodbye, and knowing it's like, yeah, once upon a time, men were men, and boys were boys, and women were women, and girls were girls. Now, the enemy got that all jacked up, and it shows itself in every facet of like life.
It's like, dang, man. And not for us to be out there like I said, as men, we moved reckless. I said, like, if we're allies, right? But if we're not allies, well, it'd be like, yeah, I would like to take over everything you got. Yeah, and there's nothing you could do to stop me. Yeah, I like that. But if we're allies, of course, we're not gonna move on an ally like that. But like, yeah, like, and then you got these ones out here who are like, yeah, I wish you had it like that, because me and mine, yeah, we coordinate some things to, you're not gonna have it no more. Take everything. Some things in life is just hard. Like, dang, man, it's cold. Like, yes, it's very cold. Wisdom get confirmed from pages that we turn. Stack your wealth, protect your health, be kind to yourself. Knowledge gets dealt and we moving in stealth. Don the king of the whack MC. See what we got going on here. What they need. Yeah, man, we almost there. Don't get lost in the breed. Guarantee they fall if they need. Because I'm a firm believer that I do think that it's not my duty to protect all women. It's not my duty to protect all men. But it's like, it is my duty to trust my God to protect what I got to protect. And the enemy don't like that. He don't like that at all. Like leaks at the grassroots, they bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under beige suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade routes. The most high is absolute, there's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. And some of these protected groups, protected marginalized groups, they really are capitalizing on that dynamic that that kind of yields to their favor in an upside down corrupt world where we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen a thing yet. And we done seen a lot, but we ain't seen nothing yet. And to say it's only going to get worse is not to be doom and gloom. It's not to be doom and gloom at all. But, or like how I said, like, we on the road to Armageddon. I believe that. They'll say, oh man, you out of your mind, you Bible. Nah, like, that's what it looks like to me. Once I became aware, or my awareness increased, yeah, I know that's a little too way out there for the YouTube. People come for a good time and whatnot, but I mean, this is just what's going on. For real. And it's like, what in the actual F-bomb, man? Like, we really live in a world where we have to compromise with weakness. Knowing the nuance. Like we say, we got to bring weakness to our God to get strength. But that's not the weakness I'm talking about. What we classified earlier is that like that bitch ass behavior. Like, we really live in a world where there's compromise that's made for that, because the correction for that, it was lost on a lot. It was lost. Where that's either going to get corrected out of you, or you're not going to be able to function. But now we live in a world in a time that individuals are allowed to function with, like I said, I really don't like cussing. This is probably the most I've cussed in a while, but I don't know any like philosophical big words for bitch ass behavior. Lord forgive me. Lord, increase my vocabulary to but like I said, like the song articulated. A man scared to learn. See, that's like a clean version of a bitch ass nigga. A man who's scared to learn. They're like synonyms. Those are synonyms. They got to be. A punk. A punk. A punk. A punk don't want to learn. A punk. And then in the realm of men, we can't afford to be like that. We can't afford that. It's too much on the line. People relying on us. We gotta take care of ourselves and our responsibilities and do the impossible. Amongst the peons fucking with us. Lord knows. Say, you know this, I'm sure. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Yeah, man. Facts. And I do think as men, there is the possibility that we occupy all of those realms at certain points in time. I think that there's that capacity, but it's something. Let's just say it like this. There's something that I'm noticing that is just different, especially like as I get older, and it's just because just say like the hard times, like the times is tough, right? But those tough times are creating, like I said, just a caliber of men who are moving in ways that just really, like I say, just really don't align with righteousness. Like I'll be the first to admit, like I'm a terrible Christian. Like I said, I feel like Paul and all of them persecuted Christians. Did I save it? I did, but probably too many clips. But it's like, man. Because as men, we all can fall off, you know what I'm saying? Like, and get that. You think you're moving with a plan, you think you're moving accordingly, and you know, you get blindsided. But you're really not being blindsided because the signs was always there. But so laser focused, you miss it. I forgot the lyric, but I said it's I'd have to listen. I'd have to hear the song again. But it's basically, it's like, you ever been so focused, you basically like miss all the clues, all the indicators were there the whole time. And that's why I say, you know what I'm saying, like, praise be to the Lord for, you know, not basically knocking you out the frame and kind of giving you that opportunity to regroup and recalibrate amongst those conflicts and those challenges that, you know, because like I like to say, at the hard times, things can get better. Like, they most absolutely can get better at the hard times. So it's like enduring that. Or it's like how I look at it with like strength training, like strength and conditioning. A man has to confront being weak when he's picking up that iron. If you can't get over that point of being weak picking up the iron, then you'll never be able to increase the weight, ever. Push-ups, pull-ups, all of that, jumping jacks, jumping rope. This say like, for instance, if a man can't do 20 push-ups, right, and he's so terrified of the fact that I ask him, get down on your face, let's do the groundwork, and knock out 20 push-ups. That man might need to be built up to the point where he could do that. But if that man's mind is like lazy and essentially weak, he's not going to even want to confront the fact that he can't do 5. And so if I can't get you to accept the fact, and it has somebody tell you, you know what? You a lazy son of a bitch that you can't do 5 push-ups. And that crushes them, and that cracks them, and that breaks them down. They'll never get to do 10. They'll never get 15. They'll never do 20. Ever. And it's like, how much time and effort do you spend like to help our fellow man get over that hump? Which I think, like I said, these challenging times that we're in, like that's kind of like where we are. We are in those types of challenging times where the output requires a certain level of grit that I don't want to say that guys don't have, but they are. I don't know if it's the video games. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know if they high out their mind. They've kind of like, they've embraced the identity of, you know, like right now, like I'm sitting on my ass right now, but they embrace the identity of sitting on their ass. That's all they do. If you try to get them off their ass, they gonna fight you for that. And it's like, man, and like in my mind, it's not like I need a justification. They be like, yo, I need a justification to sit on my ass, but it's like, meaningless to chase the wind on the trade routes. The most high is absolute, there's no substitute. And I'm staying up super late. But I'm gonna be up at 5:30 to go get my miles. I'm gonna do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and especially now, like in recovery, like the fact that, like, I'm in, because that was one of the big things that was, you say there's a mind game that comes when, you know what you're saying, when you kind of get took out the game. It can jack up your mind, because especially if you, like I say, I spent the majority of my life like operating from a position of strength, and then basically, you know, burning myself out, just going too hard and not managing it properly, sat my ass down. It's like, yeah, look at you. You can't even walk yourself to the bathroom. Look at you. Life is just hard to discern, but even a kindergartner knows it's violation if you don't wait your turn. Bridges burn, lessons learned, energy return. Wisdom get confirmed from pages that we turn. Man. Stack your wealth, protect your health, be kind to yourself. See, the lyrics like that come to mind. It's like, you gotta be kind to yourself. A lot of times, as men, I don't think we're necessarily trained or shown what kindness to ourselves really looks like. And a lot of times, there's no place for it. Somebody be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Sound like a pussy. What the hell you talking about? Be kind to yourself. But it's like, all right, yeah, you want to be the tough guy. All right, be the tough guy. See how that works. When your body tells you, nah, player, you didn't take good care of me. So whose fault is it really? It's not even really a blame game either. It's not a blame game at all. But I think it's that corrective, I call it a corrective, emotional, behavioral, spiritual experience. It's a lot of words, but It's so necessary.
Guarantee they fall at their knees. Dime the king of the whack MCs. Don't get lost in the breeze. Guarantee they fall at their knees. J. Golly Willikers, growing increase simple words. Tree fall
gonna
in the
join?
wild. Underwater wasn't heard. Even when it's hard to deduce. Time to regroup, aim then shoot. Stay in
Okay, so it
pursuit.
did.
Dime the king of the whack MCs.
So let me save it.
Fall if you please. Guarantee they fall at their knees. Dime the king of the whack MCs. Don't get lost in the breeze. Guarantee they fall at their knees. J. Golly Willikers, growing increase simple words. Tree fall in the wild, underwater wasn't heard. Even when it's hard to
And when
do,
you apply that
time
to
regroup,
this music
aim, then
stuff,
shoot.
man,
Don the king of the whack MC.
there's so much of that want something for nothing in the music business.
Don't get lost in the breeze. Guarantee they fall at their knees.
Sounding like it's gonna shut the system down. Too many cuts. It's gonna be thousands of. Yeah, it's gonna shut the system down. Yes, it is going to shut the system down. And I saved it at a point where it's still gonna shut the system down when I come back. So I have to figure out how to chop that properly to where there's probably 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 audio files in that one wave. Wasn't thinking. Running my mouth. Cause I said the whole plan of these lives, I never was supposed to really be doing a lot of talking. Right. Cause I was in here by myself, like I wouldn't. And they said essentially I am in here by myself, but I look at it like this. I'm in here with y'all too. So we get to have these discussions. But like if I was in here by myself, it's just pure laser focus the whole time. Where, kind of get to, be quiet and really dial in. But then when you really dial in, like I wouldn't have made that mistake. I wouldn't have made that error because I know better. So let me just test this. So if I open this, will it let me, or is it going to freeze it as well? And that's not even anywhere near close to the full version. It looked like it's going to freeze it again. Yeah, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. It's going to freeze it again. That's resume. OBS resume. Yeah, it's telling me that my stream is frozen. I should be popping back shortly. Yeah, I should be popping back shortly. All right, we can close out of that. Let me get OBS back right because when the reason shuts down, when the reason pauses, it freezes the whole operating system. And I'm running on an M4 chip too, so it's just crazy to me. I'm running on an M4. So tech spec wise, you would think that I have the horsepower to run Reason and run OBS at the same time. But for whatever reason, and like I said, I kind of messed up too because this conflict that Apple has, this bug that Apple has that doesn't allow me to save files. So I just been saving on top of the same file instead of saving on top of other files. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, so on and so forth. That way, like, it gives me a good reference point of, okay, this is like I could go back a version. if this continues to do what it's doing, the only version I can go back to is the actual original version that has none of the work done. Which, I mean, how long we been streaming for? An hour and 30 minutes, and it's already the 28th. Like, I just wanted to like I wanted to keep up my commitment to streaming every day. So I've already honored that commitment. But yeah, see, still, man, and then that's what it looks like I'm gonna have to do because resume OBS. We're gonna resume Google Chrome. Yeah. So what that mean? What does that mean? That means all that work and effort to fall on your knees. Just got to go back. See, that's I said that's one of those exercises in discipline. Like the YouTube wants me to crash out, smash my keyboard, throw the laptop. See, that's what, like I said, when we're dealing with these difficult people on planet Earth, that's what they want. They're saying basically like crush them, and it's like you don't want to, because really the stakes don't call for that. But they keep messing with you, keep messing with you, keep messing with you. So where we're gonna go? We're just gonna go get it started. We're gonna go back, get out of masters, go to fall on your knees, and we're gonna go to 2.0. And they say we're just gonna keep it real mellow, keep it real laid back. You know what I'm saying? Let me just lay back in my chair. Because the enemy, like I said, wants to activate that anger. Activate that anger. Same song.
Encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse, artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Break gazooks. Clip.
Some of them.
Encouragement, 21st century. I wasn't ready. Encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse.
Yeah, something about that intro.
Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse. Artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits.
Let's get that time in just a little bit better.
Activated encouragement, 21st century youth. I'm sector no excuse. Artistic abstract truth. No studio track suits. Whack MCs running in the glass loop. Great gazooks. Clip them like leaks at the grass root. They bit a bad fruit, getting crushed under beige suede boots. Meaningless to chase the wind on the trade route. The most high is absolute, there's no substitute. Man's knowledge is foolishness, he became mute. There red go again in the bubble goose. Dime dialectic, debris born freeway off the news. After narcissistic injury, it's hard to make a truce. Love he wanted to go, so we cut it loose. No use. Living in denial is best to face the truth. Even when it's hard to deduce. Time to regroup, aim then shoot. Stay in pursuit. Don the king of the whack MC. Crawl if you please. Guarantee they fall at their knees. Don the king of the whack MC. Don't get lost in the breeze. Guarantee they fall at their knees. J. Golly Willikers, growing increase simple words. Tree fall in the wild, underwater wasn't heard. On a voyage for a madman, point of no return. Boston firm, British tax system, pay as you earn. Concern the earth's curve, people going underserved. Bad decisions, whack MCs all up on the curve. Red 85 bird, highly preferred, word for word, just observe. Well versed in the theater of the absurd. Dime in the booth, sad at the table, seen him turn. Who wants something for nothing? The man who's scared to learn. Some things in life is just hard to discern, but even a kindergartner knows
everybody rejoin.
If you don't wait your turn, bridges burn, lessons learned, energy return.
Gotta reset the live.
Get confirmed from pages that we turn. Stack your wealth, protect your health, be kind to yourself. Knowledge gets dealt, and we moving in stealth. Don the king of the whack MC. Crawl if you please. Guarantee they fall at their knees. Don the king of the whack MC. Don't get lost in the breeze. Guarantee they fall at their knees.